Okay, welcome back to Dark Souls. Back to the stream. And as you noticed, we are not actually playing via remote play because there's some issue um, with sound when it comes to my PC. So I brought the PS5 directly into my room, and yeah, I'm playing it that way. I'm gonna backstab this dude because there'll be time in which very soon in which I'll need to use backstabs because there's a certain knight using backstabs. Okay. So yeah, unfortunately, like I was trying to stream a bit early, in time for this week. That didn't happen, so there were no videos this week. Next week, though, there's the stream. Little snippets will be up next week.
Very well.
We'll join this covenant because that way we can actually get miracles.
Now let me share my miracles. Only their ultimate effectiveness will be determined by your efforts and your faith.
Sling gesture, gotcha. Okay, let's see what items they got. Okay. Looks like we need to go grinding a bit more. I think. No, let's start with this. Let's go. Actually, no. Let's do that.
My companions are Milady and her young knights. She is young, but burdened by an undead mission. We are her defenses, to keep her from harm.
This dude is evil.
An undead mission? Regrettably, I cannot share that with you. But you are my pupil. Perhaps if you show your faith. I'm afraid that may be difficult, for our missions are sacred. Come again. The effectiveness of the...
We're not pussies, though, so we're not going to use magic. But I am a bit of a completionist, so I do want to collect them. But yeah, that's... anyway, in my personal life, I've been... I have this sound recording class. I'm doing a lot of film classes. Next quarter, I'll actually go into this, where I go to use this the quarter system, and next quarter, go on to 16 millimeter. Excuse me, 16 millimeter film and non-linear edit. Yeah. So with my sound recording class, we were tasked with doing some ADR stuff. ADR is basically sometimes when you're recording on location, the sound isn't really all that great, particularly if you're filming outdoors, because the wind, for example, could mess up how sound sound, and so studios will sometimes have the actors voice the lines in post. They will go to a studio to voice them, and I hate the sound of that, but yeah. So yeah, basically, my school has a Foley studio in which we will. Foley is a totally different thing, you know, doing, you know, live sound effects. But in the Foley studio, we're recording stuff and stuff like that. So with like the on-scene location stuff, my class was tasked with, you know, doing these ads for stuff. And so I have this, you know, have one of the classmates create like the scripts to use for the assignments, and it was something about gum. And nothing really sounded natural to me. To be fair, like, she's not a native English speaker, so, you know, on some level, that does make some sense. But the only way that I really knew how to voice stuff, it would be like I'm pretty new to like voicing stuff, like through a boom and stuff like that, through a mic. So it's a little bit awkward to me. Right rhythm, I guess. What was it? It sounded like moaning. So it was like, do you know what rock stars, businessmen, and I have in common? Super fresh gum. Makes my breath so fresh, ladies can't stay away. And in particular, the way I was doing it, yeah, none of us could really keep a straight face. What else?
Oh, still keeping going. Never heard.
I swear there was something else that I need to get. I forgot what. Okay. So I'm 100% sure that I have all the weapons. Do I have all the shields? So there's east, west. I think that's the one I'm currently carrying. Small leather shield, buckler, leather shield, heater shield, warrior's round shield. It's been a while, so
So you haven't got my right here.
I don't quite remember what I have and what I don't. Okay, so I don't have the warrior's round shield. I do have all the weapons. Okay. As for armor, chain, leather, and chain. So I'm missing that as well. Okay. It's really only 2 items.
Oh, I hope you.
much does this cost? 800? Okay, we can afford it. Oh yeah, I forgot. We need arrows at some point. Okay, we don't. Okay, we already have that. So it's really that it's missing, I think. Search up the short bow. Probably already have it. But for now, let's just break down souls.
Thank you kindly.
Uh, and as for weapons, we do. Okay. Standard bolts, but they're not going to help me much. So I think right now I'll probably just get. I'll get. Doing that sound. I'll get some miracles. Let's see. Maybe we can do. Well, let's do least expensive. Most expensive, starting with house. It's not me. Superfish go. Oh yeah, the election happened recently. So I just remembered I do want to talk about that because the last time I streamed, I believe it was before the election. So I had some predictions about the election. I don't know if I necessarily had, if I mentioned it the last stream, but I did mention it in at least one of my videos. Because I actually predicted that Kamala would win. I was wrong. No, that actually really did surprise me. So my understanding at the time was that polls were actually underestimating her, because I did generally believe that Trump.
No, I will teach you.
Okay, let's, yeah, let's go with
Come again. The effect.
I thought he did. He had his very worst campaign. You know, the people who voted for, you know, those two candidates, they kind of came in like two different camps. Most of the people who voted for Kamala did so because they were afraid of rights. They were afraid of rights getting taken away. Whereas those who voted for Trump did so because grocery prices were too high. Unfortunately, like economic reasons, I think probably will win every time. And well, you know, Kamala did definitely state some of her policy positions as it relates to the economy. Housing really being the big one. you know, her campaign was not as focused on that. Now, I will also say that, you know, no matter how badly or not badly she lost, it was absolutely better than what Joe Biden was looking at. Because we're talking about like a complete sweep, like just, you know, they were thinking about like losing even like New York. Like, ouch. So, you know, Kamala didn't lose. Actually, it was a lot closer than I think a lot of people realize. Because, you know, she lost Michigan and Wisconsin. She lost them by 1%. And Pennsylvania by 2. So, you know, if she had won those states, you know, by getting like a couple more percentage points, yeah, she would have won. But it's also true that if you know she did better in those states, she would have done better nationally, honestly. I do think it really comes down to one thing, and that is the Democratic Party did not realize that the neoliberal era of politics, it's over. It's done. Right now, we are in the populist era of politics. Populism is not a dirty word. You know, it's, you know, if you think it's a dirty word, if a candidate thinks it's a dirty word, then they're bound to lose. Because populist just means that, you know, you appeal to the insecurities of people. That's not an inherently bad thing. You know, it just depends on, okay, what kind of insecurities are we talking about? So, for example, you know, me personally, I think I mentioned it before. If it comes down to immigration, like insecurities around immigration, I do think that's, you know, a bad populist message. But if it comes down to insecurities around economy, no, that's an excellent populist message. You know, a lot of people still very much struggle. I'm curious though, you know, if for anybody, if like you kind of grew up in a different environment, which president would you have voted for that you know, from political party that you normally wouldn't have voted for? And so when I was thinking about it, like I would see lots of Reagan clips, and like, dude, I'm not a Reagan guy. I'm not like a big fan of, you know, the policy positions he put, you know, back in the day. I also think a lot of them were kind of engineered by his cabinet rather than him necessarily. But you know, I can understand why people like him. You know, it's not just the economy. He was just a charismatic dude, and he was awful to a lot of people. But you know, we wouldn't really get as charismatic of a president until Obama, really. Because, you know, that dude's also very, very charismatic. This section will always remind me of. I may have mentioned before. This section will always remind me of high school, because I remember being a TA learning skills, and for most of the time I had free time to just kind of do whatever. And oh fuck. What? Oh well. I had the free time to do whatever, so I'd watch Let's Plays, and Dark Souls was really one of them. Okay, actually, before I do anything, let's get the item. I think, you know, those two things are really what I wanted to talk about today. This, you know, election, election, and but it is kind of funny just how many people, how many people searched up tariffs after the election. It's a bit late to to worry about tariffs after you've already voted. Okay, we're in the second. That's awesome. And there we go. There we go. I wanted to do it later just in case, because, you know, you can easily. Okay. Should be here, right? Yeah, my book should be fine. I forgot that I need to check this. See if it's alright. Oh, jeez. Okay, there we go. So, originally I was thinking of potentially streaming Nazo no Murasamejo, you know, the mysterious Murasame Castle, first, you know, as the first Super Smash Bros. Project game to stream. I'm probably not going to do that. I actually think I will probably stream some of the arcade games that are part of the project first. And the next arcade game that's on the list is Alpha Mission. And that'll be next month. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, that will be the first game after we've already covered all the launch titles in for the NES. Okay, so the internet is coming on. Good. Yeah, usually it's wired because wired's faster, but since I'm in my room, I don't really have anything to attach an Ethernet cable to, so I just haven't really. And like cords are everywhere in my room. At some point, when I'm out of the house, like I've actually taken a picture of my my current streaming setup, as far as streaming on the TV goes. Because, when I have when I'm, out of the house and I have my new streaming setup, I want to remember what it looks like, and I want to show off what it looked like, because it does not look pretty. Since, a lot of it is kind of makeshift stuff, so I have to, so I have my laptop. I think when, I do find, a new place, I will, Jesus Christ, dude. Stop holding your damn shield. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I think I will, try to have a second monitor. And, have it kind of permanently set up next to the computer. I may even have, like, a second monitor, maybe for, using next to the TV. But yeah, just, having a second monitor just, have everything set up, just in case. It makes everything so much easier. Although I will say it's probably not super immediate. The thing is, like, so next year, I'll be going on to, I think I'll end at maybe the beginning of 1989. And there are barely any arcade or PC games for like 1989, 1990. It's almost entirely NES. Like, Game Boy came out, but again, like, even with Game Boy, there were only a few games until like 91. A few games that are part of the project until 91. And, that's when I think the Game Boy really hit it big. look at selection. And, hello, social shit, okay.